I want to know a particularly inspirational story from the book that really maybe struck a chord with each of you or both of you, and whoever wants to speak to that, please do.
Yeah, there were so many stories, and I think what's really cool about the book is that there's going to be a handful of stories that I just say, oh, these stories are my stories, and Lisa's going to have a completely different set, and you are, and everyone. But some of the stories that I really related to were the stories about creativity and self-discovery. So one story, for example, Marcella Nordbeck, she's a painter, a local painter and writer, and she talked about going through this really depressing time in her life and not, I think on the verge of suicide and having to kind of come back to finding herself painting. Her story is called I Find Myself Painting.
Yes, I started reading that one this morning.
And so she took herself out of depression through art, through creativity. And so now she is committed to her artwork. She's in local galleries. She's doing a lot of big stuff with her art and writing. And then another person who's a creative person was Melissa Klein, and she is a young mother who is married with kids, stays at home, but she's a writer, and she wrote her first novel when she was a teenager, and she has many other ones that she's been working on. And so I was really inspired by seeing people who are just really going for a creative career, because I found myself realizing through this process I've evolved, and now I'm more a writer than I was 9 months ago, and I'm actually calling myself a writer because of this. So those are a few, and
wow.
One other favorite one of mine is probably Meenal Kelker's Saying Yes to Me, and it's about somebody who's worked way too hard and always overdone it and said yes to everything and always left herself as the last person on the list. And so she has had to learn that she needs to put herself first, or else she's going to constantly get sick, constantly be depleted, not be able to give back to her family the way that she really wants to. And so the stories are all over. They're great, but those are a few that speak to me.
Yeah, they were powerful and resonated your truth and how you've evolved. Do you feel that you have a few stories, Lisa?
The section that really touched me was the one that I'm in with my own chapter, and that's the love and abuse section. Knowing that I'm not alone, that I wasn't, the only one who experienced some of those things in my marriage. And so those stories, I think, are the ones that I'm most moved by.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a story in here for every single person. That's what I love about it. And I think that we should mention men should pick this up too, because I always try to bring that balance in. These stories are powerful, and they are the human story. They're the story of the human heart and the growth and the sadness that we overcome living a human life on this planet. I mean, it comes with sadness. It comes with overcoming obstacles, and it comes with re-inspiring ourselves. And how do we do that? And your book really, really touches that and hits those points.